All right, we're back. We're about to do Ephes and Frank. With me, I have The Beauty of Our Nation.
Bayo 2 New Generation. So we're starting on doing Frank, correct?
That's correct.
And I don't know much about Frank, but this music and seeing that this is like a farm, it really sets the mood for about to be going into like this man who might be hardworking and working on the farm and everything. So it's very mood setting.
That's true. That's such of 1800s music. You know, there's a bunch of pilgrims just working on the farm and agriculture and stuff like that. So let's go see what's up with Frank. Ephes and Frank.
I messed up, Frank, but I don't.
We've already seen this, but
you shouldn't keep on punishing me.
Some folk won't let go, Reese, and they've got nothing better to do than to poke their noses into other people's business. There's nothing you can do about it, son.
I'm doing a good job. I'm working hard. I swear, Mrs. Graves thinks I'll start nicking stuff if she turns her back for a second.
Liz is all right. She's one of the good ones.
Yeah, well, she's not exactly honest with her husband about what she gets up to.
None of that. You're angry about people judging you. Don't be so fast to judge others.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Keep your gob shut, your nose clean, and your head down. Do you think you can manage that?
Gob, nose, head. Got it.
And steer clear of that Rachel girl. If I've seen you two making eyes at each other, then so's her dad. And you don't want Sam Baker coming round after you. Now, pass me that socket spanner and we'll see if we can get this wheel back on.
now Frank is Mary's husband. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
Well, I have no idea where to go, but the light's going that way, so
Let's follow.
it's like we can take the path, but I have no idea, so let's just go this way. I guess if anything, we can just backtrack. Oh,
Right.
look! Let's see. There's more lights than just one. There's several lights.
Mm-hmm. Because they all go in different directions.
But like I said, everything is open. See, there's like there's something over there. So if we need to backtrack, we're gonna backtrack. We're gonna backtrack, Salas.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna backtrack if we have to.
That scared me.
All right, I think this one is important. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Something about the observatory.
Sounds like a radio thing.
Look, yeah, listen.
Can you see the observatory from there?
That's over the ridge, just past the windmill. You want to live near the station in case you need a quick getaway?
Something like that. So you and Steven, I'm sensing there's not a lot of love lost there, huh?
That's between him, me, and the cows.
You're gonna have to explain that one for me.
It's nobody else's business. Look, you seem all right to me. You don't want to worry about that lot in the village.
Provided I'm left alone, I'm happy. Steven's the one who likes to be at the center of things.
No change there, then.
Francis Appleton. You are a bad man. No wonder your sister won't talk to you.
Oh, I meant to look it up on the air to see how the sky looks when we have these movie clips.
Yeah.
Now, where does it say here? Steve, Liz, and or forever, maybe?
I think, yeah, it says...
I love Rachel. The other guy seemed to like Rachel.
Yeah.
Frank and Mary.
That's, I think, Wendy and her
Oh,
husband.
Charlie, there's a C.
That's cool that you can actually walk through those.
To the fields, right?
Yeah. I didn't think you could. Like, I thought you had to, like, stay along the path, but it's pretty cool.
The cards. Remember when they were saying that Steven was hiding a stash of food?
Yeah.
I guess people are just like having their rations. Oh, I hear the radio. Remember when yesterday I was talking about what if we were a light?
Uh-huh.
And you debunked that by hearing the footsteps?
Yeah.
Okay, so hear me out on this because I'm still stuck on that. I still think that it has something to do with that. So let's get this ready to shut up and then we'll okay, here we go.
All the power spiked with the last discharge and then went out again, and I could see the aurora dancing around Tower 6. At the same time, the headache intensified, and I think I began to hallucinate. Old and new memories are clashing and tumbling around me. We're on the cusp of a breakthrough. I can feel it.
So what I was thinking, because there's a reason why they're not showing us the hands. There's no reason why we're not being shown our feet. There's a reason why we're not talking. There has to be. I don't think anything is random. And I don't think they're going to leave it to our imagination either. I think we're going to find out. So I'm thinking, based on the fact that you said that you can hear our feet, at first I was thinking, well, what if we are...
Miss Graham?
Oh,
Morning,
man.
Frank.
You look a little out of breath. What's up?
Bloody observatory gates have failed. I came to see if I could borrow a ladder.
Bloody hell, there's a 12-foot drop the other side of that wall.
I'm old, but I'm not useless, no. Can I borrow the ladder?
No one said you were useless. Reese,
Hi, Frank.
fetch Graham the ladder, will you, lad? It's round the side of the barn.
Will do.
Listen to their feet when they
You
move.
be careful. I don't want Stephen Appleton coming mithering round here because you've broken your neck.
You hear that?
Yeah.
So even those lights, when they move, they make a sound. So I was thinking that what if we are one of those lights, one of those human-shaped lights. So that was one. I figured, like, well, because you could hear their footsteps as well. So
Right.
Well, let's see. So that was my first thought. Okay, the what if we are one of those lights and we're just walking around. The second thought that I had was, I don't think we're Kate. That's just straight up. I don't think we
Yeah.
are Kate because we think we're Kate because in the beginning of the game, the game starts by saying, "My name is." Dr. Catherine, blah, 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 blah. And then we start the game. So we're assuming we're Kate because this is the first things that we hear is, my name is Catherine, whatever. But that was just a radio playing. So I don't think we're Kate. period, I don't think we're Kate. Right now, we're not Kate. That's why we're not being shown our feet, nor hands, no nothing. So either we're Steve, and we're walking around because he went into hiding. Nobody could find him, based on what we know, anyways. So either we're Steve, or we're some random light just walking around. Because Kate had to be one of the first ones to go, because she was in the observatory. Yeah, she was in the observatory, and she said, "Dude, the thing is here." So if somebody was gonna die of a hemorrhage at the spot, was gonna be Kate, or we're just some army guy that is just walking around, just came into town and see all this madness. So.
You never mentioned anything about them sickening yesterday.
I checked them last night on the way back, and they were fine. I woke up this morning, and the whole lot had gone. Tell me, Charlie, have you heard any birds today?
Well, I've not really been paying any attention.
That sister of mine reckons they're dropping out the sky all round the Wrekin. And Dr. Wade reckons there's sick folk all over the village.
Meg said not to bother trying to get deliveries out. Said the quarantine in the whole valley. I reckon it's best we just sit it out. It'll all come right, Frank.
This'll all come right?
Yeah, right. I am sorry about your cows, Frank. But when things settle down, they'll see you all right. There's got to be provision for this sort of thing.
You want to listen to the radio more? Things don't seem like they're settling down at all. I tell you, Charlie, something big is happening.
So the cows died? Is that what's happening?
I believe that's what they just discussed.
Now, what did Charlie said? Have you have any birds today?
He was like asking if they heard any birds, cause I think like pretty much stating like the animals are dying too. That's what I'm thinking. Or something's happening.
And I guess on the comments they said that they believe that we the player are the last survivor.
See, that's what I thought at first, but like you're starting to make good points. Like we can't see the hands, can't see the feet. Whenever we're touching things, like it's not showing up. So right now I'm like, I don't know.
So I mean, but see, that's my point, that we are not Kate.
Right.
We are. I can put money we're not Kate. I mean, for the things that I said. I mean, in the very beginning of the game, they say, "My name is Doctor blah 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 blah," but that was just a tape. The tapes that we've been hearing all this time. So I guess I assumed that we were Kate, and then I was like, wait a minute, like I don't think we're Kate. Same thing with Metal Gear. I was like, I don't think they were playing Big Boss. I mean, something going on here. Something's not right. So I think this is the same thing. We're not Kate. So either we are the last survivor, but who's the last survivor is, I don't know. I mean, maybe it may be Steven. I mean, maybe, based on what we know. Once again, based on what we know, because up until...
So he managed to get the transfer to the observatory then?
Well, this Catherine woman must have swung it. Now he says they're getting married before they come back. It's typical. Why can't he just wait till he's home?
Are you gonna go?
Goodness, no. It'll be full of her people. I expect they do differently.
You wanna come in for...
Wife.
You can be a nasty old bird, Wendy Boyles.
Frank Appleton, you come back here and say that again. Our mother always said you were a bad egg. You'll come a cropper, you mark my words.
So they're getting married, I guess, right? And Wendy doesn't want to go because they're going to be full of her people. Whatever that means.
We got a comment and it says, "Hey guys, have you noticed that you could not find any dead bodies of any other kind, but we have seen dead birds all around?" And that's a very good point. Like, I was thinking that earlier whenever there was, like, the dead cows and dead birds, and I was like, wait, like, there's dead birds laying everywhere, dead cows are starting to die, like, animals are dying, but, like, where's the dead bodies?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, but even the dogs disappear. I don't know if you remember that they were looking for a dog. Yeah, but for some reason the cows
and the birds,
which I don't. I recall seeing. I recall seeing one bird that was like on the table. But apparently there were like some of them just like laying around on the. On the ground. I guess there were like a bunch of them on the ground.
Yeah.
But I was just trying my best not to get lost, so I did not notice that. See, I don't even know where we came from. But yeah, I mean, there's nobody, right? So yeah, I guess it's weird because why the animals are dying, but the humans... But the humans are not, right? Okay, so I guess this is where we came from. And there's another light over there. So don't forget that. I want to check out the houses.
I think it's good that, like, we're checking houses too, because, like, I think we might have missed some, you know, in the past, because we didn't go to every single house. But
yeah, like the one with Jeremy when we went back to the one house. I mean, I can't believe we missed that, and that was. I think that was one of the ones that made me drop my jaw, like...
The one with the lady and her kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Like, it really touched me there. I was just like, oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Those things are going up there, so there's something upstairs. But let's get this thing to be quiet. If we can find the radio... I do not hear the radio anymore, so... I just find it so creepy. I know you say that I'm making this game scary, but this light is taking everybody away. I mean, aren't you scared? Wouldn't you be scared?
I mean, if I was really there, yeah, that would be pretty scary.
I don't see.
In the comments, we got one saying that this guy thinks that maybe the light only takes intelligent beings. And I mean, that could be very well. Because, like, dogs are pretty smart, too.
That's true. So maybe only the smart ones are the ones that are being taken.
Yeah.
That's true. But who's taking them? Oh.
How's your sister, Frank?
We've not spoken since the funeral.
Ah, I see. Well, listen, I did rather wonder if you might do me a bit of a favor and check in on her, see if she's all right.
Dr. Wade, if they dropped the bomb, there'd be no left but cockroaches and Wendy Boyles.
It's a bit odd, really. There's an old chap, John Coles, regular visitor at Lakeside, went walkabout sometime last night. Now it appears Mrs. Boughton has done the same.
Enid? Well, that'd be clever. They amputated her leg last spring.
Yes, that's the thing. I've also got a surgery full of people with nosebleeds and headaches. The council are saying influenza, but I've been practicing for 35 years, and I'm not convinced. I just wondered if you might pop by and see her.
Even if I did, do you really think she'd let me in?
Fine. Forget it. I'll see her. Leave it to me. Oh, and Frank, call the hospital and get them to collect all this stuff. It's been 8 months.
I'm thinking that, like, maybe Wendy is Frank's sister? Because, like, it kind of seems like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was just assuming that. Okay, say that again. I was thinking someone different. You're saying that who is his sister?
Wendy?
Oh,
Because, like,
Wendy.
they kind of each other, and they were just saying that they don't really have him and his sister don't have a good connection. So I'm thinking, like, maybe Wendy is his sister. Plus, like, the W and the rocks, you know, and it's people from their family. And so...
Yeah, that's very true. I didn't think of that. I was just thinking, like, okay, the names are here, and I didn't think nothing of it. But yeah, you're right. If I find that radio, I'm gonna break it.
The radio telescope in Tower 6 is burned out. The background radiation coming in from the Penrose region is off the scale. It's like mathematics is bending along with the light. Everything is bathed in a strange glow. My face is still numb from the burn.
And yeah, there's no animals, right? There's no animals around.
I mean, back there was, like, flies.
Oh,
but,
right, yeah.
You know, that's nothing, like...
What would you do if you were, like, stuck like this, something like that, like there's nobody and...
Well, I don't think I'd be walking around exploring things. I think I would just be, like, trying to find, like, probably just get out. I don't know, like, I don't know what I would do. What would you do?
I hung up on Stephen. He doesn't understand. Even if he were here to experience it directly, I'm still not sure he would. There has to be a way of consolidating, of offering reciprocal amplification to the signal.
I'm telling you, she screwed it all up. I don't like the woods. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's unclear. Like, you don't know. I mean, it could very well be a UFO. I mean, I don't know. I mean, based on what we know, I mean, anything can go. I mean, it can be UFOs. It could. I mean, as much as I like to think that the army came and bombed the place, I mean, where are the bodies?
Right.
They got taken. So I don't think it was the army. Something happened. They better tell us, cause. But yeah, I think Kate. I mean, she's a goner. I mean.
Yeah.
She was right there. I mean, if anything, she let him in. But I find it very, very interesting that, look, there's a light up ahead. I find it very interesting that, like, before it went this bad, like when people were just disappearing a little bit here, a little bit there, I find it funny that you know how like since people were disappearing, the doors were open in the
Oh, yeah.
houses, and was it Wendy that was laying down on somebody's house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like Charlie, and like
I
no.
noticed that.
She's like, oh man, you know, like the door was open, so I just got in. I was like nothing, like oh, you know, the door was open, so I just came in and
Yeah.
just lay down.
Who does that? Like, if
Yeah.
you did that nowadays, you wouldn't wake up. You'd probably be shot. I don't know. I would never just walk into some random person's house.
Right.
Well, even if they're like neighbors and you knew them, like still like it's pretty funny.
I couldn't twist that particular light.
Well, that was creepy.
That tree. Because sometimes they'll just point you to that direction.
Right.
But it's not even letting me, like, you know how you can like tilt
Yeah.
the light? It's not even letting me do that. It's like in the playground. Okay, figure it out, let me know.
It's kind of creepy though, the sound coming from it.
Yeah, and then whenever I'm telling you that,
No, I mean like other times, like you know, it's just like regular voices sound, but that sound like mechanical and all weird. Like that specific one.
it's so weird, it won't let us hear it.
Yeah.
I want to know.
It could be something very important.
I'm twisting the controller, it's not. Whoa, that sound.
Yeah.
Can you hear that voice?
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's.
I
weird.
wonder, you know how like in the beginning, you know, the lights is all divine and
Right.
and I wonder if as we go it's gonna start getting creepier.
Yeah.
I hate to leave, but
Did you hear that?
yeah, what he said?
Savor yourself. You don't understand. Oh my goodness, this is cool. Oh my god.
Alright, we'll put a pin on that one. We'll come back when we grow some pants. What in the world was that? That's creepy. So I wonder why they didn't activate it.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe you don't need to be like that close, but like even whenever you were farther away, it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I was trying to stay far away, and I was tilting the controller, and I mean I was doing everything that has work on the other lights. So
Yeah.
is that the same one? Yeah.
Maybe it's like more further like upwards. You know how like sometimes it's there, but it's like not right next to it, and you just got to keep going, and then eventually you just run into it.
Oh, we can go in the waters. Yes, I know what you're talking about, and see that's what I was trying to walk backwards to see how the light was gonna react, but you know it wasn't doing. I noticed there was another bike over there. It didn't have the front wheel also. On the house where the doctor was on top.
Yeah.
On the top floor. There wasn't a front wheel on the bike. It's probably nothing. It's probably just copy and paste type of thing. But where are we? I don't think. Okay, you're here. What about the lake? Okay. Like they're telling us anything, anyways. Oh, dude.
Breaker 9, call in on 9. This is Lost Cowboy looking for anyone out there. Hello? Breaker 1-9. Breaker Trevelyan Sherlock. Charlie, you out there? Over. Hello?
My family, my wife and kids. You know perfectly well what you've got to do. I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant. My own family.
Damn it, don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff.
No.
Don't you lecture me about
No.
sacrifice, you
stupid bastards!
If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it. Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
I wonder if they're talking about the airstrike.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of confused on what they were talking about. Because, like, Frank seemed like he didn't like what was going on.
Right. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's what's going on, but...
Right.
I mean, would you be happy if somebody's like, oh yeah, let's just drop a bomb?
No. I don't think anyone would be happy about that.
You knew?
Wade called me in about 6 weeks after, once he thought I could cope with knowing. Can I ever repay you for what you did?
She was a good woman, Frank.
The best.
You should come back to church. Back to the community you're missed.
I hate him, Father. I can't get down on my knees and pretend otherwise. And I don't understand why you don't hate him too.
I try my hardest not to, Frank. Goes against the job description somewhat. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for. The conviction of things not seen. We have to trust him, even when his methods are hidden from view. Maybe see you on Sunday.
So maybe this is the path that will take us to higher ground. Let me go back there, because obviously there's a bunch of stuff back there that we are not getting.
Yeah.
I think that, when he's saying that, Frank is talking about he doesn't want to go to church because he's mad, he hates him or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's like, and which father was very well at that point too. When he's cursing the light, I mean, I'm pretty sure Frank is at a point. It's kind of like, I'm pretty sure you've been, or a lot of people been in this position where, like, at first they're like, oh yeah, God Almighty or whatever, until your wife dies, and then you're like, but why? And then you start like sort of a hate, like, why would you do that? Blah 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 blah. So. Oh man, somebody just smoked that. There's smoke.
Yeah.
Can we interact with this? No? So I'm pretty sure that's why he was upset, Frank. Obviously because we know that his wife died, so that's nothing new, but I'm pretty sure that's why he's saying that he don't want to go to church, because he's mad.
That happens to a lot of people who are just in denial.
And he said, like, I don't know what you're mad at too, so I don't know what reasons Father will have to be upset. But I'm sure we're gonna find out. That light bothers me. The one that was at by the tree.
Yeah. You've got to try at least one more time later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna, because I think there's something going on in the windmill, and so I don't want to go to the windmill just yet. Because I think that windmill is ultimately where we have to go. I may be wrong, but they always show you something where you would need to be heading to, and it seems to me like that will be your point. Like, okay, let's go over there. So.
Right.
Frank, for God's sake, stop!
Keep back, you bastard. I know what you've done.
Where's Lizzie? Where is she? I've got to find her.
You stay away. Someone's got to warn them. Someone's got to stop it.
You can't stop it. You have to understand. You hate me, I get that. But if we don't do this, it's not just the valley, it's everything, Frank. It's all gone.
You're talking bollocks.
You can't stop it! Jesus!
You take one step closer, I'll bash your bloody skull in, I swear to God.
All right. I'm going. But if you see Lizzie, tell her to get out. There's still time. Please, Frank. For her, not me.
If you're that bloody caring, you can save her yourself.
Don't you get it? I have to stay. Someone has to be here to confirm that everyone is dead.
Oh my. I have no clue.
Whoa.
So what about the people that were disappearing? What about, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Those are tornado sirens.
Is it in the game or is it in the...
I don't know. Hold on. It's the game. For a second, I was like,
Got the telescope up and running again, but the pattern has burnt itself onto the lens. It's soaking up light and radiation, but not routing it anywhere, so I can only guess that it's using it as an energy source in its attempts to communicate. It needs more power. I wonder if I could boost the reception by using multiple towers.
do you know what'd be cool?
What
Not
is it?
cool, but like, if all this happens and then in the end, like, Kate wakes up. Be like,
she was
a
she was taking a power nap and she like laying next to Taco Bell burrito or whatever. They're like, oh man, I shouldn't have that taco. That's still a possibility.
True.
That could happen. Who knows?
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Let's get it out the way. I don't know what happened. It just died on me.
Give it another go.
Oh, I only just put petrol in it as well. Robert's taken the other car into town. I wish he'd get back. He promised me that he'd be back this morning.
You think he's off on another bender?
Oh, I can't police him all the time, Frank. He's not a child.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Nothing.
You're seeing Stephen again, aren't you? You two can't keep pithering on like this. If Robert hasn't already worked it out, he soon will.
Oh, not if he carries on drinking the way he is. Shit. Pardon my French, but bloody shitting thing. Why won't it start?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
That sound of that crappy car was very convincing. I wonder how they recorded that. There's a light. Oh boy, here, let's try it one more time. It'll be funny if they're like, hey man, we need like a crappy car that is like dying. And they'll be like, hey Thomas, bring your car, let's record it. One of the guys in the team. And by the way, that bike back there had two wheels, so that's not relevant. The fact that that one had one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
Huh.
So let me use...
Have you walked along that trail?
This one?
Yeah.
I'm about to.
I'm just trying to think of like all the things you could do.
Let me try to twist it again, and if that don't happen, I'll think of something. We need to activate that somehow because I think that's... Who knows? That might be the last light that we have to activate. No, because we're too far. Usually, when we activate the last light, we're close to the next person, and I think that the next person should not be here. Try it.
Keeps making noises like it's gonna do it, but then it doesn't.
Alright, so I cheated. So I look up Frank's story, because now we can hear the siren, right?
Yeah.
The siren went on. So let me tell you what I found on Google. Because I said that we were stuck, there wasn't a light. And here are the events that we need to see, okay? Here are the story events to Frank. Kate and Frank in the wheat field under a tree. We saw that. Remember, that was that's when Kate was sitting down and we saw the names on the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Frank on the radio. Remember, by the pond?
Yes.
Okay, so we saw that. Check. Dr. Wade and Frank in Frank's house. We saw that. Check. Charlie and Frank in the cow barn. Remember? When they're talking about their being dead.
Yeah, got that.
Check. And Stephen and Frank at barn in the windmill. So those are the lights to complete his story. So
I'm thinking maybe that light was the old one for the one with Kate and Frank.
they usually go where? Remember, there were two though. Remember, we were coming to the field. There were two lights.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. Like, because it's like right there by the spot where they were. So I'm like,
You know,
maybe.
It's one of those things that if you could run, I'll go back and I'll try going to the opposite side of the tree on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm not gonna be able to sleep because sometimes the light kind of gets close, but then it kind of pulls away. Remember, like on the playground, they were like right in front of the light, but we actually had to go by the benches, and that's where the two girls actually start happening. So like standing in front of the light is not doing anything.
Right.
So I'm just gonna go by the light just to acknowledge it.
I think it's so funny because you're like, if we could run, and then you looked at me, and then you just started heading towards there. It's like, we can't run, but I'm gonna go anyway.
See, the light is pointing this way. I was waiting for you to be like, no, dude, go back. You have to go back. Since you didn't, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back. I hate this. He wants to do it. I'm just intrigued for all the crap he's talking.
Yeah. Like, that's the only reason why I would want to see this, because everything it's saying is like, whoa.
Yeah, okay, I tell you what. We're on a tight schedule here, so let's just go to the siren. Okay. And then when this chapter is over, or Frank's story is over, because we can come back anytime anyways.
Yeah.
We'll come back offline, and if we get it to trigger, we'll record in the next video.
Okay.
So, I think we're about to finish Frank's story because he says something like, when you trigger the siren, you have to head to the windmill. So that's where we're going. And like I said, ultimately this road will take us all the way to the north, and where we gotta and see. That's why I didn't want to go to the windmill, because I knew that the story was gonna end over there, perhaps.
Mhm.
And that's the car where we saw Lizzie.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like Steven and Frank don't have a good relationship.
how do you come up with that conclusion? Where he shot him?
Yeah. That's whenever I first was
Good
like, oh,
catch.
okay.
Well done. So where are we? Okay, so we're there. See, there's a tree on the middle, and it has one of those infinitive symbols.
Yeah, but that could have been the other conversation.
Well, let me go back and try it again.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not gonna go back. I'm trying
I
to.
was like, what?
They should have a run button. You know,
They
I don't think we can get through here. We might. Well,
Let's
we
just
may
go
not.
for it. We might not actually.
I'm just looking at the rocks on the left.
I don't like the sirens that much, so to me it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like I feel like something's gonna happen, like not right whenever I hear sirens, so I'm just sitting here like, oh my goodness, what is gonna happen over there?
Right. See, I don't know if that's a siren because the strike or...
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, like, get out of here.
Because they do, like, do that sirens whenever they have things like that.
Right. As seen on the Wolverine. Remember when they're about to nuke the place and the sirens go off?
Is that the one where, like, he's in this, like, hole in the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay, well, there's a light. I think this is it. I think this is it's saying the same thing. Oh yeah, that's probably what Frank left. Yeah, because he was like in the radio, and he heard about they were gonna bomb the place, and he took off running. Yeah, so he probably activated the alarm. Yeah, good call. Let's see.
Yep.
My name is Frank Jacob Appleton. And if you're listening to this, then maybe Stephen was right. And by sending the planes, he stopped it all getting worse. It's a beautiful morning. I wasn't there when Mary died. I was too scared. So I went to the pub instead. What will be, Frank, she said. And I just want you to face it with me. And I didn't. But I will now. I will face it with you now, Mary. They're coming.
Oh boy, all the bombs.
I don't think people are like... Maybe they're not disappearing. Maybe this is like just like everyone's story before the bombing happened. Well, never mind, because Jeremy's... you know what? Never mind. Because I mean, if you think of like the bombs, like maybe
Right. I mean,
that would kill them.
I know what you're talking about, and I mean, I'm thinking because maybe this that just happened was at the same time when Wendy was saying like, "I'm here,
Yeah, that's
rescue
what I
us."
was just thinking.
So all these people died at the same time. They're not necessarily taken away, but like,
Right.
and I understand that, and I want to believe that because that would be really cool. They all dying at the same time at the bombs
Yeah.
coming down. But my only problem is then what happened to the people that were disappearing? No. But the priest said you're taking everyone.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like talking about people dying in general. Maybe.
Right, because of the hemorrhage and everything. Man, yeah. I don't think they has. Yeah, I'll think about that.
Now, like my whole view on this whole thing is just like changed because of this.
It's a totally different game now.
Dang, like
I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna think about that. But yeah, I think that when this guy died, or here, when Wendy was waving his arm, I'm right here, save me. When the priest is over there saying, "Oh God, help us all," I think that's when the strike happened.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But the thing that keeps getting me, like, he's like, I'm the only one left. But then now I'm thinking maybe like he had a family.
Who?
Maybe like Jeremy had a family. And maybe like they died, and maybe that's why he's saying he's the only one left. And then whenever everyone just died because of this, maybe the thing that's spreading is this sickness. But then Kate, like with the light, well, never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit on this one because that explosion just changed everything.
Yeah, it did. Like at first, I was seeing it this way, and now I'm starting to think in this totally new direction.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still kind of confused by the first one, but I'm still like definitely thinking like, oh my gosh, this changes the whole picture.
Right.
One person commented and said, an epidemic. That makes sense, you guys. So, yeah.
I mean, that's why they will blow him up.
Right.
I just need to go back and listen to the tapes. Were people really disappearing, or they were just dying? Because,
I know.
Because if you remember the people that went upstairs, with the children and the kids. Remember the first. The one that we went back to town, and the lady's like, man, they went up there. And
they haven't come down.
They haven't come down. We assumed they got taken, but they never showed it.
Right. So maybe like...
So maybe they were dead from the epidemic. They weren't taken to Rapture. Maybe they were dead. We didn't saw it.
Right. Wow.
Something was going on because they were bleeding to death.
Right.
Baby Lizzie. Let's go. I'm going back to the light later though, so
I'm gonna like be rewatching all of our all the
like
things
I said,
we've done now, and like because now this just changes literally
this
everything.
changes everything. Next time you watch it, it's gonna change the context of everything.
Right. Man, this is a good game.
So here we go, baby Lizzie.
Mrs. Graves! Lizzie, Mrs. Graves!
Rachel?
Hey, what on earth's going on? It's been awful. The thunder and the lightning and all the power went out, and everyone was in the hall, so I told them all to stay put. But then Sean Davis said he wasn't going to be told what to do by a stupid bloody girl and went out for a cigarette. And then didn't come back. And then Di, she went out after him and she didn't come back either.
Where's Dylan? Was he with Sean and Di?
No, I've been looking after him. Do you think they'll come back?
I don't know, Rachel.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I just know if he was my baby, I could never leave him. Even if the whole world was coming to an end, I'd make sure he came first.
You'd be a good mum, Rachel. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. Go back inside and tell everyone that they're doing a great job. A really wonderful job. I just got a few things to finish up here, and then I'll come in and join you.
Right.
Go on.
Boy, we're in for a treat.
Yeah.
And now it's raining. I wonder if we go back, if it's gonna be shining again, because I think like in every area it's like a different
Weather.
different weather, yeah.
And the sky looks a little bit different. Like over there in the farm area, it's kind of like an orange
Right.
sky, and then
It has
it's more
different
sunny.
tones, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was Ephes and Frank, and we'll be back tomorrow to do Lizzie. I honestly, I have to think about this one because I don't know. I don't know what's going
'Cause,
on.
like, seeing that, I had this different output, and then I keep thinking, well, the light. Kate talking about the light, like someone said in the comments, and you know that kind of confuses me a little.
Yeah, I mean, it just changes. It just changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, all my theories that I had earlier, like I always say, based on what we know, and that explosion just like changes everything. So. Yeah, we're definitely heading towards the end of the game. Who knows? All right, so epidemic, not epidemic, UFO, no UFO. One thing is for sure: those planes bombed the crap out of everyone.
Yeah.
And I like what you were thinking, where they all dying at the same time. Wendy, Frank, Jeremy. Because we're seeing their points of view.
Yeah.
But maybe all these happen at the same time, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna have to think really hard about this one because I don't know what to think now. So.
And that would make sense, you know, like they're all dying at the same time, like for most of it, because Jeremy is like, he's there, and then like they're all, I mean, well, how do I want to say this? Okay. It sounds better in my head, but you know, at first we were like, man, Jeremy would have been a good way to end it, because we're thinking in this whole nother like way. But now knowing that, like, this could be just like everyone dying at the same time, it's kind of cool. Like,
Right.
Learning later on about the bombing.
And maybe that's how they trick you to think of one thing and it's not happening. So, definitely Jeremy was the best way to start the game.
Right.
Because he introduces you to everyone because he's involved with the whole community. So if we would have started right here with Lizzie, we'll be like, well, who's Lizzie?
Yeah.
If we would have started with Frank, would have been like, okay, and who the heck is Frank?
So it made sense the way they did it.
Yeah, if we started with Jeremy, Jeremy's involved with everyone. So we are like, okay, yeah, so Frank is the guy with the cows. Oh, okay, so Lizzie is the girl that likes Steven. So Jeremy just brings everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he wasn't the last one to die because they all freaking die at the same time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and this has been really interesting and fun. So see you guys later. Bye.
And I am going back to that place because I want to see what the light. I really want to figure out what the light said. It was really creepy. Why would he not? I guess he was right.
Yeah, but then in the end, he's like, you know, I understand because, you know, it could spread.
Right.
And everyone could die from this.
Right, and then you see the way that they showed those bombs was just what the crap was that?